Yo, what's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. We chilling. Y'all already know exactly what time it is, man. We back here to serve some more game on the ground for the Hungry Hounds. We just got the pound in the ready for the next round, man. That being said, I hope everybody's had a good day today. My day's been alright. My day's been very chill, very laid back, full of sleep. It was a nice day off from everything, man. Y'all know how them days off be when you finally get a day off where you don't have to do anything but sit there and relax and maybe cook some food every now and then and maybe hang out with family. But that's been one of those days for me. And it was pretty nice, we all need them days where we can just chill out and not do anything at all every now and then. But when you do that way too often, you get in the habit of laziness. And that's not a good thing. Every now and then it's good to have a break. But too many breaks can result in nothing getting done. That's why a lot of people get fired from their jobs because they're taking too many breaks, too long of breaks when they're not supposed to, just that and the third, They get in the habit of laziness. They lose their jobs, their houses, their cars, everything else in between. So get out of the habit of laziness. But what's good, Mike? Appreciate you for tapping in. What it do. But yeah, man, I hope everybody's had a good day today. Let me know down there in the comments below if you guys have had anything fun, interesting, entertaining, or productive planned today, or if it was just a day like mine that was laid back and chill. You know. Also, let me know where you guys are tapping in from, so I can shout out your country, your state, and or your country. Because I always thought it was interesting how it was how you can be on different parts of the country and still tap into the same exact program at the same exact time. It's like looking through a portal that you can't necessarily reach through. You know, Georgie from, ew, heck no. I haven't worn this sweatshirt in a while, so I figured I'd throw it on for once. Why not? But yeah, man. Also, if you guys like what you see and like what you hear, tap the follow and the bell button there because we got content that goes out like this almost every single day. Not just over here on TikTok, but over there on the YouTube as well as Instagram. Uh, if you click the link that's linked in my profile, it'll take you straight to the YouTube channel. We're going live over there later on tonight. If you guys want to tap in there, it's going to be a more vocal free live, verbal free live. So if you guys are interested in hearing how that will go subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and you will be notified whenever I go live or whenever there is an upload or video that gets uploaded over there. Excuse me. Uh, and yeah, man. So what are we talking about today, man? What are we talking about today? Don't push your child's responsibilities onto another child. This is something that I grew up seeing. I grew up seeing a lot of people who, not really a lot of people, but I grew up knowing somebody personally who had this happen to them for years on end, and it watching it, you could tell that it kind of ruined him a little bit. I used to have this friend that I used to hang out with. Uh, he was probably like 10, 11 years old at the time. When someone in his family had a child, and they were still all living together. Nobody had moved out yet, but his sister had to work. So with his sister having to work all the time, and his mom having to do what she had to do, taking care of the household. Obviously, a lot of times he had to watch his nephew and his niece and stuff like that. And mind you, this is a kid. He's a kid as well. So when you push adult responsibilities onto a child like that, it disables them from being able to be a kid and grow up the way that they're supposed to grow up. Because as a kid, they're having to act like an adult. And when they're an adult, they start acting like a kid because they were never able to be a kid or a teenager or do the things that a kid or a teenager was supposed to do because they were too busy being an adult. So there's more destruction and damage in that than there is um, construction and learning. There's more destruction than there is construction in a kid whenever you force a kid to watch and raise other babies, other kids. I remember we'd be hanging out and he'd be getting a call from his mom saying he had to go home because she had to go to the store and she couldn't take them with her. So he had to go home and babysit them for like an hour, 2 hours on end. Sometimes even the whole day. Sometimes even the whole day he had to babysit them. And when I say babysit, I mean literally changing diapers, bottle feeding, all that stuff. The same exact stuff that a parent would do. This kid was doing all this stuff at 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. And you can tell, man, it's just the annoyance and the pain of having to be an adult while you're a kid. You could just tell he hated it. He hated it. He didn't get to go hang out with his friends as much as he should have been able to. He didn't get to go do the things that a child was supposed to do, that a teenager was supposed to do, because he was too busy being an adult when he wasn't supposed to be an adult. Um, and it really, I think, me personally, I think it, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it really closed him off to a lot of things, internally. It closed him off to a lot of things. And when that happens to somebody at that young of an age, it's just, you can't help but just be like, dang, man, this kid is messed up, you know. Not in a abuse way, or not in an A way. Sorry, excuse my language. Not in the man. How can I say this? With TikTok being the way they are, not being able to use certain words. Not in a we'll say dysfunctional. Not in a dysfunctional way, but in an emotional way. There's a lot of things that he stopped doing because of it. And when you got kids like that, when you push your adult responsibilities onto a child like that, it forces him to close off a lot of things, and emotions are one of them. He rarely ever showed his emotions after a few years, because what's the point? He just figured, what's the point? I'm gonna have to keep doing this. What's the point of being happy? What's the point of doing this, that, and the third? And it takes a toll on a kid, man. It really does. So if you know anybody in your family or friends or whatever who's pushing adult responsibilities onto a child like that, man, just let them know, man, that it's not for the best at all. It really ain't for the best at all. Uh, there's more damage than there is anything else, mental damage. Because a child is not supposed to be an adult. A child is supposed to be a child. So when a child has to be an adult, they grow up in a way that they're not supposed to grow up. They grow up in a way that I guess you could say is harmful to them later on. Because now they're doing the things that a teenager would do instead of earlier, which poses more of a danger to themselves than anybody else, honestly. Uh, so yeah, man, just quit pushing your adult responsibilities onto a child, and grow up and take care of it yourself. There's a lot of people out there who make the mistakes all the time, but see, that's the thing. When you make a mistake, you got to own up to it. You got to own up to your mistakes when you make them. And most of the time, people still don't. They still turn around and do the same exact thing that got them into that situation in the first place, which is laying around with everybody on the street corner. It's just how it is. People do what people do. But yeah, man, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get up on out of here. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Make sure y'all share with your friends, your families, your momies, your aunties, your grannies, and everybody else that y'all know. And I'll be right back for the last episode on TikTok tonight. And then I'll be live over there on YouTube. Deuces.